This is not Instagram. YouTube, what up? What up? What up? Yo, so today I'm bringing y'all three six-figure business ideas. These are businesses that will generate you six figures. Each one of these businesses I happen to be I happen to be in. Um, and so the first business, of course, the one that I'm always talking about on the channel, which is event spaces, right? Um, the second business is digital products, and the third business is continuity or information products. So kind of like a coaching or a mentorship program. Now, I'm gonna go backwards though because I put out check out yesterday's live. Go to look up event space and funding because I did a live yesterday on that. And so what I want to share with you is that that basically I want to work backwards, right? So I'm going to start out with talking about the the mentorship side, like in terms of how you can start your own mentorship or coaching program that will generate you multiple five figures and six figures, all right? So what you got to do, the very first thing that you want to do is to figure out what it is that you're good at. What is that thing that you are absolutely positively great at? Um, and what is that thing that you've had some success with? Now, the beautiful part about a coaching program, and the reason that I feel like I'm qualified to do this is because I have my own coaching program, and because I coach six and seven figure entrepreneurs on how they can acquire more clients and get more sales. Right. So the reason I say like figure out what you're good at, and the best part about it is it can be something even including that has to do with like a 9 to 5. I've seen people start coaching programs that help people get better jobs. I've seen people start coaching programs that help people become better moms. I've seen people with coaching programs that help people become better fathers, like better in relationships. Like you can literally start a program about anything, and you can scale that program to multiple five figures a month and even six figures and even seven. Like the sky's the limit with anything that you create. So like let me start there. Anything, any one thing, any one thing that you create, the sky's the limit with it. Like it's it's only limited by what you believe, right? So when it comes to your own coaching program, when it comes to your own like anything that you decide to create, well, it's only going to go as far as you want it to go. So the first thing that you got to do, the number one thing is you got to know what it is that you're good at, and then you got to figure out how does that solve people's problems. And then the next thing that you want to do after you figure those things out, you got to figure out where the next piece is. Part two, or the second step is, well, where are your clients at? Where's everybody at that is interested in what you got to do, that is interested in the product that you're offering? Okay, so that's pretty much that's the foundation. Now I don't want to spend, the reason I started backwards is because I want to go through the last two, and then I want to spend the most time on the event space. So when you watching this, if you're watching this, you're wondering like, well, Drew, when you gonna get to the event space stuff? Let me get through the next part, and then we gonna tune into the event space side of it. All right. So the next thing is digital products. Digital products are very similar, and they can be very similar to the whole coaching side of things, but instead of being there helping people step by step by step, well, you create a product like an ebook, a course, a masterclass that does that for you, right? So you create something one time, and then you just essentially sell it over and over again, and it does all the work for you. It educates for you. It does everything for you. And so the cool thing is with like a digital product, one of the things that you're going to find yourself doing is you're going to be able to, like, say you start to go live, and that's how like you leverage Instagram to sell your digital product, right? So there are systems and automations that you can put in place when you have digital products, if you got like a larger following, or even if you grow a large following or whatever, where you can do things like you can get people you can automatically send people the link to your product via DM, right? So you don't have to go through and individually DM people, but you do what I'm doing now, but you give people what's called a CTA, a call to action, and you say, hey, look, grab my comment the word, whatever the word that you want them to comment. Let's just say comment the word product if you want my new product, my new ebook, or my new whatever, right? And so they comment that word, and then the system automatically sends them a DM, right? So that's another thing. Now the other way that digital products are very similar to like your very own coaching program is that a digital product is going to, with a digital product, you're really it goes along with what you're good at, what is something that comes easy to you and more difficult to others, and whatever that is, that's the thing that your product is going to be focused on, right? So just think about what you're really great at and what people always say, like, man, you're good at this, or they're always coming to you, actually asking you for advice on, and that's what you teach about. Now, me, for instance, I have a new product coming out that is going to help you with weight loss. So anybody that's watching this live, if you don't know, I lost over 100 pounds, but I'll honestly like to keep it at 80, right? So I lost over 80 plus pounds, right? Lost 80 plus pounds, and you may not be looking to lose, 80 pounds, but here's the key with this new thing that I have coming out. I lost 80 plus pounds. I lost 80 plus pounds without going to the gym. Now, with this new product that I got coming out, it's going to help you lose weight. But it doesn't just help you lose weight, it helps you keep the weight off. That is the number one thing people struggle with the most, is keeping it off. A lot of people know how to lose weight, but they don't know how to keep it off. And so I've been able to keep off those 80 plus pounds. I used to be 350 plus pounds during the pandemic. And since I started this, my journey, my lifestyle change, and the things that I did, I've been able to lose that weight, keep it off, and I barely go to the gym. Now, when I first started, I was not going to the gym because of during the pandemic. And now I go here and there. All right. So this new thing that that's coming out, the reason that it's similar to like a coaching program, because losing weight and keeping it off is easy. It came easy to me, and it's something that's more difficult to others. And so I said, well, what solution am I solving? Well, I'm helping people not only lose weight without going to the gym, but I'm also helping people keep the weight off. So you're going to be able to do the exact same thing, right? Now, to get this, and if you want this, I need you to let me know that you want this product down below, that you want it, because it's an ebook. I need you to let me know that you want this ebook down below. Comment the word 35. Either comment 35 or text 35 to 312-469-0955. Again, if you want this new ebook that's going to teach you how to lose weight without going to the gym and keep the weight off, comment the word or text the word 35 to 312-469-0955. Now that that's out of the way, let's get to the stuff. Let's get to why we're here. The third business that's going to generate you 6 figures, and exactly how you can set that business up. Now, I only got a couple minutes, or the bridge is up where I'm at, and I'm headed to go grab some fruit, some fresh fruit to start my day with before I head to brunch, right? So the business that can generate you 6 figures, and that's helped many others get 6 figures, right? And even if it's 6 figures ain't like necessarily the goal, and if you want more, or you only need 50K, let's just start with there. The business that can get you up to $50,000 in a month, make you $50,000 extra in a year, I'm talking profits, right, is starting your own event space. Now, yesterday I did a video on event spaces. Today we're gonna run it back. Today we're going to run it back. gonna do another video on it, right? And that's right now. We're gonna dive into event spaces right now while I'm in this traffic. So it's a Saturday, right? As I'm recording this live, it's a Saturday. So what does that mean? This is a perfect day for you to get out and go look at properties. Now, when you driving for dollars, which is what it's called, when you driving for dollars, you want to look for buildings that are got for rent signs, but even bigger than for rent signs, you want to look for the stuff that the grass is looks like, oh, they missed a cut or two. You want to look for the stuff that might be potentially boarded up. Because look, I know what you're thinking. You're like, well, hold on, Jarrell, I want something that looks amazing on the outside, but you're missing a point here. We can get it to looking amazing on the outside. I want you to look for these properties though, because then you're going to be able to, you're going to have more negotiation power when it comes to dealing with the landlord if the landlord hasn't been keeping the property up because he doesn't have tenants. I want you to maximize your negotiation power, which is why I want you looking at properties that the grass looks like it needs to be cut, that the building may be boarded up, or that has shutters, or that the landlord may be forgotten about. Because guess what happens? In most properties, a lot of commercial landlords, they don't live in the same state. They don't live in the same city. So these absentee, what's called in real estate, these absentee landlords, they have more of a reason to go and say, well, you know what, I need a tenant. So I got to do whatever is in my power to get me a tenant in here, because nobody's buying commercial real estate right now. So if they not buying commercial real estate right now, then turn around. The landlord saying buying commercial real estate right now. So then, I mean, people aren't buying commercial real estate. So the landlord need people to rent the properties out, and they need you just like you need them. So after I go and I do that, after I take care of that on this Saturday morning, I'm going to the grocery store. I'm going to the grocery store. But you can be driving for dollars. You can use, I would say drive from, because depending on where you're tuning in from, I'm in Central Time. So right now it's like 11 o'clock. I would drive from like 11 a.m. I would start earlier than this, but I would drive from now till about 1 or 2 o'clock. Now here's the plus about driving on a Saturday. If it's a landlord that manages the property themselves, they're probably going to be doing work on the property over the weekends. This is why you want to get out on the weekends, because you can probably bump into the landlord during the weekend hours, during the morning hours, on a Saturday, on a Sunday. Because any landlord that doesn't have a management company, like the landlord that I have, he doesn't have a big management company. Honestly, I manage the building. That's why he's trying to sell me the building at a discount. But that's another, I'll leave that for another live. Any landlord that doesn't have a big property management company, they're doing it themselves, which means they use the weekend. They're working during the week, getting tenants in, and then on the weekends they're managing their property. So that means they're cutting the grass, they're doing whatever work, they got people coming in. So you can probably bump into the landlord. And most landlords are trying to be done with whatever they're doing at around 1 or 2. Now here's another hack for you. If you want to connect with the landlord, you can connect with the landlord also too in between the hours of like 2 and I want to say about 6 p.m. during the weeks. So anywhere in between 2 and 6 p.m. you can probably catch the landlord. You got to think about it. Most commercial landlords are either 6-figure entrepreneurs or 7-figure or multiple 7-figure entrepreneurs. So these people have already bought their time back, so they don't necessarily have to follow the whole 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 business hours things. They don't have to follow that. My landlord, he doesn't roll out of bed. I know for a fact. He may get up and be up at around 7 or 8 because he's an older guy. The older you get, you tend to wake up earlier. But he's not necessarily doing work until 2, 3, which means he's not leaving the house until 1 o'clock. So if you want to catch a landlord, you probably want to reach out to them later. Now on the weekends, you're going to catch them early because they're out on the weekends. They want to get their work done so they can spend the rest of the day with their family. The reason that I know is because I've been a landlord before. I'm a landlord, right? I got residential properties, right? So I know this. It's the same play with me. You're going to find me doing some work on the weekends. You're going to be able to catch me in the evening hours after I've done whatever I have to do. It's the same thing. Oh yeah, commercial real estate is bottoming out. Like, and when you say that, I don't know if you mean like it's completely dead, but I know that it's perfect. It's the perfect time for people to capitalize on it and use it to do different things. People aren't going into the office anymore, and so many people are working from home. So this is probably the best time to go and get a commercial property space, and not necessarily, you don't even have to use it for an event space, but you can use it for a co-working space, because some people are getting to the point where they're tired of working from home, because they're tired of being at home with the kids working all day. They want a place. They don't want to go to a Starbucks. They want to go to a place like a regular office. They want to get some extra additional write-offs. They want to be able to build the business in a different way. So you can definitely take advantage now of commercial real estate in multiple ways beyond just event spaces. I'm pushing people like, look, go get you a commercial property and do different things with it. Start a restaurant, have offices, start a storage space, right? Somebody came to me about 4 weeks ago. They came into the event space and they were doing a setup, and she does party promotion, and she's an event planner. She's like, I need an office. What are you doing with your next door property? Can I oh yeah, for sure, capitalizing on a downturn. She's like, can I use your space for an office space? Just and I'm paying too much. So if you imagine if you went and got a let's call it a 2,000 square foot location, and imagine if you blocked off 500 of that square feet for offices during the week. So 100 square foot offices that come with a TV, and you have office suites. You can probably bring in per office suite $400 to $800 a month for each suite. 100 square feet. You put a TV in there. You have internet that they don't have to pay for in there, right? All that's part of the fee. You cover trash. You cover everything. And now they have a business address. You put a glass door on the office so that they can get the door wrapped. They can put a decal on it for their professional services. And from there, now you got 4 to 5 different business owners inside of your space, right? Now that's 4 to 5 guaranteed people that know that you have an event space that can rent your event space out for, they can have their own event. So if you had a real estate professional in there, for instance, that real estate professional can turn around, and now he or she can do first-time homebuyer seminars in your space. They can rent it out. Let's say you got a tax professional. A tax professional can do tax classes. Let's say you have let's say you got an event planner. The event planner can use your space. Like Tia just said, the possibilities are endless. They're absolutely endless. Like, they're endless. It's crazy. So like, even when I decide to leave Chicago, like, I'm always gonna run with the event space model in different cities. So like, but you got to look at it like, the model isn't necessarily just parties. The model could be what I just saying, office style things. The model could be mixed use space. Like, it can be, the possibilities are really endless. So it's like, after I get that done, I figure out what I'm gonna do, what my niche is, because I just gave you a cold niche, right? Like, that's the new wave right there. You got to cater to the people, because more and more people are working from home. It's more and more entrepreneurs and people that are stepping out, and people want office space. People want places that's gonna make them look like a more professional entrepreneur, right? So we got that. Now I'm at my destination, so I'm gonna be on here for about 5 more minutes. So we got that. The next thing that I'm doing, a lot of people, what they struggling with is funding. So right now you got BMO Harris. If you got a BMO Harris, they're rolling out a program that's specifically for minorities. It's for the Black and the Latino community. And basically where you can get funded, and all you need is a 620 credit score, and you can't have more than like 5 inquiries, and you need to have a certain amount of primaries. I believe it's like 7 primaries, and you don't want to have any derogatories with like a 30% or less utilization. So all you need is a 620, no derogatories, primary accounts, less than 5 inquiries or less, and this is with BMO Harris. But check this out. You can also go to National Bank of Omaha, get funded. You can also go to the first, what is it, the Nassau Credit Union, Nassau Federal Credit Union, get funded. And Nassau Federal Credit Union will pre-approve you, let you know, pre-approved. Now Nassau is personal. National Bank of Omaha is business and personal. And then BMO Harris, this is for business. So like, go get funded. You have opportunities to go get funded. Now, I'm just telling people straight up, like I've been doing all my lives. I'm gonna make sure I go live. I'm gonna try to go live, honestly, every day on YouTube, just dropping different things. All you gotta do, if you don't know what to do, if it like I said yesterday, the thing with funding is simple. It is definitely the breakthrough. It's super simple. Everything is simple, more simple once you have the credit. If you don't have the credit, if you don't have the credit, get your credit fixed. All you need to do, you can get your credit fixed for free at Dispute Ally. It is a free software that where AI essentially fixes your credit for you. It generates the letters for you. It does all the work for you. Either all you got to do, you can mail the letters out directly from the platform, Dispute Ally, DISPUTEALLY.com, or you can download and print the letters off and mail them out. But if I were you, I would just send them out right through the platform. It generates the letters for you. It flags the accounts that needs to be disputed for you. It does all the work for you. DisputeAlly.com, right? And then you can fix your credit for free. And so instead of paying, $2,000, $1,000, $300 a month, DisputeAlly.com. Now, if you already got the good credit, no derogatories, none of that, but you still feel like you don't have the information to get funded, text me funded 23 to 312-469-0955, and I can help you get funded. I can point you in the right direction. We can go and get you pre-approved. And like, I'm getting people anywhere from 10K minimum to 100K. 10K to 100K. Can you imagine? Look, this is what's crazy. I think that if I came to anybody and I said, hey, look, I'm gonna charge you, if I said that I'm gonna get you anywhere from $10,000 to up to $100,000 in funded, and all you have to do is give me $1,500, that is beyond like a deal. Anybody would take that deal. I give you $1,500 and you get me funded $10,000 to 100K. That's beyond a deal. And what's crazy is that it's worked just like that. Like, I've gotten people multiple American Express cards, 0% interest for 12 months cards. I've gotten people Wells Fargo cards. I've gotten people local bank credit cards, right? All sorts of things. Like, all sorts of things. And so the thing is like, getting funded is the key. And if you got the credit, get funding. If you don't got the information, I just gave you the information of where you can get funding. If you still don't, and if you still need help with where to apply to strategically, text funded 23 to 312-469-0955, and I'm getting you rolling. Like, I've already funded in the last, I want to say, couple months, 250,000. I already gotten people $250,000 in funding. Now, yes, that's some people that's not a lot, but that's a lot. $250,000 in funding already. Like, we've already been able to get people $250,000 in funding over the last couple of months. So it's like, you need to get funded 23 to 312-469-0955. My goal by the end of the year is to help people have gotten $1 million in funding. And that's pretty much it. So I'm finna get up out of here. But leveraging credit will help you start other businesses. This is why I've been able to start a luxury car rental company. This right here, I'm in one of the luxury cars. I get to drive it for free every single day. It is a Mercedes-Benz. We got the panoramic roof in this bad boy. And then I got the I got an X6, and then we're getting more vehicles. Like, we're getting more vehicles. Like, so all of these things, you can leverage credit, you can leverage knowledge. You just got to leverage the information, and you got to execute on what you know. That's the biggest piece, execution. So that's it. That's all. I'm out. I gotta go and grab this fruit so I can hit the brunch. Peace and blessings.